The claim that Israel stole Arab land isn't just a misunderstanding, it is a calculated lie. It erases millennia of Jewish history, disregards binding international law, and flips the narrative of a defensive war for survival into an aggressive act of theft. The myth thrives on blurring the line between state land, privately owned Arab land, and privately owned Jewish land. In 1947, the majority of the land allocated to Israel under the UN's partition plan was state land, not owned by any private individual. The portion that the Jews held was legally purchased, often at above market prices from Arab owners, frequently in Damascus, Beirut, or Cairo. The San Remo Conference of 1920 recognized the Jewish right to reconstitute their homeland in Israel decades before the Holocaust. That binding international law was then incorporated into the League of Nations mandate. It was the legal and historical acknowledgement of indigenous peoples' right to return to their ancestral homeland. When Israel declared independence, its founding document invited the Arabs to stay as full equal citizens. Today, over 20% of the Israeli population are Israeli Arabs who enjoy full legal and civil rights. Many of the Arabs that left during the war did so at the behest of Arab leaders, who promised to exterminate the Jews and then give the Jewish land to the Arabs that had left. Some even joined the invading armies. Like any other state, Israel would not permit those that had sought its destruction to return. Meanwhile, 800,000 Jews were expelled across the Arab world, with their property seized without compensation and their communities permanently destroyed. There was no right of return for those Jews, no UN agency that kept their descendants as permanent refugees generation after generation. Their story is buried because it shatters the propaganda. In a classic case of projection, the loudest voices of stolen land come precisely from those regimes that stole everything from their Jewish inhabitants. This has never been about justice. It has always been about erasing the Jewish state. The stolen land story isn't history at all. It is a fabricated story intended to support the actions of the Arab armies that have sought to erase Israel from the map for almost 100 years.